All right. Peace and blessings, Safo, the Honorable One, the Success Scholar, Keisha Kwame. I want to call this why we need to restructure the conscious movement. Now, after yesterday, I just come to realize that, unfortunately, uh, there's a level of lack of growth and development and healing within our community that needs to take place, as well as transformation. Um, and at this particular time, fortunately for me, I've been one of the ones to get out and connect the dots to the real workers, thinkers, and builders to make some serious connections to everyone that's out here. And I've drawn a conclusion that unfortunately many of these individuals just, have limitations in terms of bringing up the knowledge, the in-depth knowledge of our scholars, and uh, providing real, tangible solutions. But what's interesting is someone said that they see me on YouTube, and hey, they didn't have any comments. I guess this is one of these groupie follower persons that just just zombified individuals that show up to these lectures, and so I assume that perhaps they may be deeply entrenched into the cult personality worship. And I'm a thinker. I need to see individuals moving in different directions to empower our people. So what I want to mention, is several things, of course, for those that are smart enough to come and listen to a black billionaire, Mike Roberts, today. You know, yes, sometimes we have to be that skilled, that intelligent, to come outside of our, you know, trying to find myself, trying to be African, trying to be conscious, to say that we need to build something, own something, produce something, and create some wealth and ownership in this society. It's one of the only forms of protection, and unfortunately, many of these so-called teachers at some of these talks and speeches, they haven't diversified their network, and so this is why someone like me come on the scene. There's a level of resistance, right? Because I've come through the consciousness teachings and studying uh, history and all the deep areas of study. Like I was had to go up to Baltimore yesterday, um, drop some money on something, and I saw the Hebrew Israelites sitting out there talking, and I just went up and listened to them, and and I'm just like, when do we move beyond some of this rhetoric and some of this rhetorical conversations, and you know, and many people are moving more towards the conspiracy. We had this person in Baltimore, for instance, that's on the radio each and every Saturday on 1590 um, AM. And when the shooting happened in Alexandria or Arlington, first thing he want to do is call it a conspiracy. Call it a psych op or something. Like, man, you don't know what the hell's going on. Stop perpetrating. Stop wasting our people's time with trying to have an opinion about everything, and you don't really know what actually happened. So now, what's going on? So we getting back. We have the Black Friday film today. Brother Rick Mathis is in town. Uh, I, Professor Griff said he will come today. So I appreciate that. I mean, he's not necessarily coming because I'm doing it, but he's coming support his brother Rick Mathis, who you know respects my work, and I push his work into our community. So for those true leaders that are truly connected, the smart ones, the empowered ones, the healthy ones, the most, you know, the survivors. they will be present. They will be front and center because they know the caliber of people that's in this film. Let's talk about Les Brown. Les Brown, my co-author in the Mission Unstoppable book, speaks all over the country, speaks all over the world, right? I co-authored a book with Les Brown, right? Uh, I would hold it up. Matter of fact, no, I just got a flyer for it. So yes, that's me and Les Brown and Dr. George Frazier. George Frazier has the Power Networking Conference coming, and this year will be at the Gaylord. So I'm still waiting on the specifics to see, if my requirements have been met to participate at the Power Networking Conference. That's right. So when these little people have these little events, you know, um, and the Success Scholar is not, invited to speak, don't. I'm here to tell. I'm here to tell you that that it's a different ball game. I've put in the work, so I'm not, sitting up in here waiting for anybody to invite me to a particular platform or invite me on their radio show. You can go to eLife Media. That's the wave of the future. Traditional radio is dying anyway. It's a dying breed, right? Traditional ways of doing things are dying. Even, for instance, and it's been discussed, but I went to the NNPA conference. Over 200 member Black organizations. Wasn't none of these people were here, So that's right. I was there. This is the whole conference brochure, the conference program. That's right. The Success Scholar was in the place. So I'm connecting the dots on many different levels, opening up and creating opportunities because sometimes, and now I'm going to really start looking at people a little differently because the dynamics has changed. I was just in Miami at the African American Film Festival. That's right, creating different opportunities. And I'll be back. I'm going to go. I didn't stay for the full conference at the African American Film Festival, but stay there a day or two and, met a few people. I got to follow up with some of these folks because it's a new ball game. And then at this NNPA conference, I met like 3 or 4 journalists, film students, sharp, know what they're doing. So, it's a different ball game, really, real talk. So now for this Black Friday film, we have Brother Rick Mathis in town, David Anderson, Michael Imhotep, Brother Malik Zulu Shabazz, and Brother Malik. He has, a real conscious brother, and he's doing this 10,000 Black men convention, trying to get a 10,000 Black men, well, not trying, but about 10,000 Black men's march and the Black men's national convention coming up October the 5th. Several, true conscious individuals will be present there. That's myself, Brother Chairman Hashim Nzinga, Professor James Smalls, Dr. Boyce Watkins, and Dr. Cornell West. And Dr. Boyce Watkins is also in the Black Friday, PhD in finance, however we feel we need to, get some insights from what he has to offer. Exactly. And also, I would hope that, by now that many of you would have studied the work of Dr. Amos Wilson and his blueprint. I'll have that on display and ready for purchase today at the Black Friday film screening in Everlasting Life, where I broadcast each and every Monday. And I'm available for speaking, and you all can invite me to your events, and I should be invited to particular events based upon how many people I've supported over the years. It's just no question. It should be no question in terms of the caliber of work. Yes, that's right. Anytime you invited to our brother Malik Zulu Shabazz, one of the real warriors, teachers out here, who's been on the front line more than any of these so-called teachers out here. So, I mean, I know who's really doing the real work out here. I know who's putting in the work, and I support those that are putting in the real work, not some so-called conscious superstars out here, that want to push you to the side, push you down, keep you out of the limelight. And that's why I just, I'm so nice, so versatile with my rhymes that I had to expand. I had to expand, and this is why I had to go to that African American Film Festival, promoting the Black Friday film, promoting the Tupac panel discussion that we have coming up. So it's just going to be another, some game changes coming. It's just some game changes coming. So we need to redefine and restructure consciousness, as Brother Malik Shabazz said, before. He laid it out before, but I'm just reiterating that sometimes when I don't know, some people would perceive you new on a scene, but no, all I've been doing is supporting the good work of other individuals. But then when I spot that these so-called leaders out here, they're ungrateful. They're ungrateful and insecure and selfish. They're not trying to help the masses of us raise up. They're not trying to build us up. They're just trying to make a quick dollar and run. They're gonna run somewhere. Maybe they're gonna run to Africa or run to live somewhere else around other groups of people. So, I mean, we want real builders. So I'm looking for the real, true, conscious builders that are out here. Those that can conceptualize great achievement. Those that can recognize the true leaders. That are out here. We're not letting for no mainstream media or even some black media to define who our leaders are. The leaders are on here. The leaders are on here. The leaders are in the Black Friday film. So if you're not showing up for that, showing up for some other little, you're just a mind zombie. You're not really, showing up, connecting to the right people. Hmm? And that's where real black media would expose real solutions to our community issues. So I'm looking at some of these media people a little funny. I'm looking at some of these perpetrating media people a little funny when they haven't promoted this and they haven't promoted the Black Friday, and I'm not going to expect them to promote the Tupac discussion that we're going to have. We're going to open up some issues on the counterintelligence program. That's right. Got my brother Hakeem from Black and Nobel. He's going to be coming into town. I've been a supporter of Black and Nobel up in Philadelphia. See, I'm expanding beyond the DMV. I know what's popping. I know who's popping up in Philly, the real people that's popping in Philly. So that's where I go when I go to Philly. So I'm not, worried about, anybody telling me what's popping and my people in New York. They get Brother King Simon if he's, has an open mind and, ready to grow. He can roll. He can roll with the Success Scholar. We going places. Ain't no question. I'm in a book with Les Brown and Dr. George Frazier. I have options. I'm making things happen. I know where I need to go next. That's what I'm thinking about. Where I'm going to go next. Best-selling author. Get paid $50,000, both $50,000 and $100,000 to speak at different times. And I'm next. I'm next. That's all. That's what some of these folk, they're afraid. They're afraid that I may get that big. They're afraid that it's possible that people will respect the fact that I've read 100 books a year for 11 years. They may respect that I've been to the Power Networking Conference for years, right? And I can finance the revolution, right? So, and in terms of this Black Friday event, we created 1,000 flyers. I'm bypassing these black media. I go hell. If I need to go to Facebook, to get my work out, and we've promoted, of course, we have our own eLife Media at Everlasting Life. But we had over 170 likes, 60 shares. I mean, we sold enough tickets already, you know. So I'm saying other people are waking up. This is the Eventbrite list. Look at all these people. I mean, fortunately, I mean, this we don't get that many people here. We don't get that many people at this event, but you know, 12, 13 people. That's cool. You know, I know some folk didn't want to share, didn't want to like, don't want to, see the rise of the Success Scholar. But it's gonna happen. So I got my black book like the J. Edgar Hoover, like J. Edgar Hoover had on some of you Negroes and on some other folk. J. Edgar Hoover had a black book where he kept track of folk. I'm keeping track of people that are ready to go to another level, especially those that I've gone out of my way for, especially those that I've financed, and I've shown up and didn't, charge anything. Well, now, again, I've been taught by both of these gentlemen. I learned, the great best teachings that any leader can learn, from two of the world's most prominent speakers on the planet. And so I'm saying that, I know some folk don't want to conceptualize the rise of the Success Scholar, but, it's definitely going to happen. Ain't no question in my mind. So I'm just saying, get your mind ready. And this is why we are calling for 10,000. Yeah, that's me on there. We're calling for 10,000 black men to come in DC October the 5th through the 9th. So it's a little while away, but I'll put it out right now. Coming to Washington, DC, educational teachings, health and wellness, relationships, counseling, business workshops, career building, manhood training. So, I mean, hell, Malik has been out here for longer than myself, so I always give him the props. He's always been a frontline soldier, more than many of these other folk. He's put himself out there, put his career, his law practice on the line, and he'll be there today. He will be present today. Our brother Malik Zhu Shabazz, who just had the debate of the decade, where I was a moderator a few months ago, right? So, progress is being made. Progress is being made. I'm gearing up for today's event. For those that are in the DMV area, you still have time to come. We may have a few tickets and spaces left, but we're going to enjoy this film with the CEO Mike Roberts, uh, you know Les Brown, Dr. Boyce Watkins, Chuck D, a Public Enemy, Ice T, and uh, the real Rick Ross, and several others. The real Rick Ross, yes, not the other Rick Ross, but the real Rick Ross. So I just say stay connected to the rise of the Success Scholar. That's level up, get that slight edge. Looking for those that are ready to tune in this Monday. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing a show this Monday, but I'm watching, reading, and seeing, and observing everything. So we got this Tupac thing coming up after this. It's going to be dope. That's right. It's going to be hot. We're going to make it happen. All right. So stay tuned in. Um, to the rise of the Success Scholar. I'll see you all today. Those that are in the DMV, I'll see you all today. Peace. I'm out.